Oh God, something's gone wrong, I think. Let's see if, okay, something went wrong and now I think I fixed it. Dang, okay. Also, just thought of something to make life easier, and my phone dinged. Who's dinging me? Retro Fury, hello. Happy time zone to you. God, I'm sorry. I changed a couple things in here and everything went like Christ, I forgot stuff. I always forget stuff. Okay. Thank you, Retro. My relatively recent haircut a few weeks ago. So that suggests you haven't been around. Sorry, getting some touch of me. So I left it sitting out there. I also left the orange peel in the fridge.
Oh, okay. How much do you need?
Just the container of orange peel. Oh, Mrs. Angry's. I was going to go out and get stuff, but Mrs. Angry's helping me. Turn on Windows backup. Fuck off, Microsoft. Jesus Christ, you needy fucks. Do this thing. Do that thing. No, maybe I don't fucking want to. Thank you, Celtic. You've never called one of my shirts sexy, so I take that with some sincerity. He's heard making a wacky joke. Okay. Oh God, I just saw a bit of a typo in the thing. Well, that was unsettling. All right. Normally I would have gone out and got the stuff, but Mrs. Angry volunteered to. You tried to stream on Twitch. Well, I use this service called StreamYard that is actually pretty effortless, but it means I don't do a lot of the native Twitch stuff. So I always get the people on the hustle saying like, hey, yeah, I can do graphics for you and make you a star. Sorry, I'm adjusting my setup a little and it's fucking fighting with me. Okay, settle down, camera. What are you doing there? So, no, now there's too much headspace. Oh, it's probably still too much headspace. I get really fussy about these things. All right, I'm going to quickly make a cocktail. In fact, all I have to do is record myself pouring the ingredients because I made this the other night and for whatever reason, like the GoPro decided not to record one of the bits. So I might just do that so I don't need my other components, my audio recorder or video recorder. I mean, I might make another one later. I don't know. But I do just want to get this done. All right, a little bit dune. Right, let's get set up. So what the fuck is going on here? Of course, Mrs. Angry had our robot vacuum cleaner in here today. So some stuff got moved around. So the robot could clean my filth. Okay. No, this is a shaky shake cocktail. So we've got to get our shaken glass out there. Oh, no. Ferg. I forgot what rum I used. I think I just used this Bundy. Oh, now this is actually empty-ish. Now, I will just put something else in it. That one, actually. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. But I do need my phone for the recipe. Let's have a look. The special spiced berry. Where is it? 45 mils rum. 3/4 of an ounce of Geneva. 15 mils lime juice. 15 mils spiced. Okay, let's get everything ready. Foist up 45 mils rum. Okay, and this, then everything is ready. Okay. Right, let's do this. This should only take me a minute. Don't fuck with me this time, GoPro. Actually record it. Yes? Okay. It's recording. Okay, so rum. Geneva. How much of this is left? Maybe it's the right amount. It is not the right amount. It's about half the amount I want. What did I say I was going to use? This one. Hot cross buttered gin. Put that there. Now 15 mils lime juice. $15 mils of the sugar syrup. And that's all I have to record. I do want to shake this up, as the cars told us to all those years ago. Shaky it up. Lime juice. Got my ice. Ice, baby. Let's go. That's fine. Got extra ice. If I make another cocktail video tonight. Don't even need to put it in the proper glass. Get that vibe happening. Alright. Pour myself this over here. Hang out with you fine folk. Where she goes. Okay. Turn away. Okie dokie doo. Yes, Celtic Miss Angry is awesome. And she does have good taste, I agree. Strictly Sagas. Who's going to drive you home tonight? Well, that was the question, yeah. There were periods where they were more sure of themselves and they would just instruct us in what to do, told us to shake it up. And other times they asked questions. They wanted to know what was going on in our lives. Who's going to drive you home tonight? I was using up this orange peel that I peeled. I don't think there'll be any visual difference to you, but I adjusted my setup here a little because I have a better chair. I just realized I had the laptop sitting really low because I had a fucked chair and the chair was always low. Now I have a chair that I can have at a proper height so I can raise up the keyboard. And it was always, this is a shitty old screen and the contrast on it was bad when you look at it at an angle. And it's much better now. I have a very high-tech solution. I have sat my laptop on a box. That is what I was doing before. I had a laptop on a box. And then I got rid of it. You know what? We're doing cherries as well. Oh, man, I have to get a fucking cherry supplier. I'm glad you like the hairdo, Kelty. Cherry. And, you know, fuck it, one of the big ones. As the actress said to the bishop, give me one of the big ones. I don't want my Luxardo cherries to feel inadequate because they taste better. Ooh, man. Got one on the second attempt. Still got his stalk as well. I mean, seriously, look at them side by side. It's ridiculous. I think, because I've been eating them, I can fit a couple more cherries in this jar because I got them in a richer syrup in this jar. They're almost just like slightly sweetened cherry juice in this one. Not really thick syrup like the Luxardo cherries, my favorites. You go in there. And yeah, come on, what are you doing? You go in there. Oops. You go in there. Might be able to get them all in here. Come on. How many are still in here? Ew, why is your stalk so ugly? It's like it's got a bit of a leaf on it still. Ah, shit. I just spilled some sticky stuff, as the actress said to the bishop. Cars were a greatest hits band. But off your CD collection, have one greatest hits album, 2 regular albums. There you go. Was never a particular fan of the Cars, but they were like played all the time in the 80s on the radio on Countdown. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Yeah, I think. Oh, this is quite nice. I'm going to put that in soda water or something. All right. And this jar. Oh, you got Heartbeat City as a Laserdisc. Nice. Pour a bit more of the rich syrup in here. I'm going to give those big old cherries a bit more flavor. Okay. And so like my 2 sources for this are the Bitters Lab, which sold out of it, which is why I have these different ones, and Nick's Wine Merchants. And I really shouldn't buy more booze. I mean, I don't have to buy booze. I just pay for the shipping, which I might actually do. Actually, I might look. You get to go shopping with me. You might think I'm crazy. I know that. Guys out of hospital, threatening to force him into rehab. Yeah, well, we hope for a turnaround. Mum's favourite song. Every mum's favourite song. Who's going to drive you home? All right, all right, all right. I was going to show you this. I love the iconography on this box. This is oh god, this could be a disaster if I do this. I might try. This is the box that I get like cocktail subscription in. Get all the components for cocktail. Okay, it's working. Look the iconography. Got the citrus squeezer, cocktail glass, spritz glass, shaker, stirring glass, a tiki, strainer, muddler, another glass, another strainer, and a spritzer. It's just like hieroglyphics for cocktails. I like it. Okay, what have I done there? No, that's okay. Celtic, off to bed for your 4 a.m. start. Get some sleep, my man, and I hope you have a good shift. And I'm keen, Strictly Sega, of what have you been reminded? That's okay. Yeah, daiquiri variation, it's fine. Probably only rated a 7 out of 10, though. It's not something I'll be making again. Oh, you've posted something in general neurospicy. Oh, right. Yes, that thing from the Reddit cocktails thing. People. So they've got some more votes in. Okay, I'll share this on screen actually. So a grid where they wanted to vote on all the things: overrated cocktail, best cocktail, worst cocktail, underrated, complicated, weird. So in the classic realm, they've voted vodka martini is overrated. Anything vodka is overrated. I'd throw fucking. I'd get attacked for it, but I would throw Negroni in there. So we're saying, well, okay, Bloody Marys can be extremely weird. Tiki, I know straight where I'd go for overrated, be a zombie. Everyone thinks they're cool ordering a zombie, and it's just not great. And I suppose best Mai Tai, that's predictable. Wow, what would be the worst tiki drink? I actually quite like this. I like this being thought-provoking. Worst tiki drink. Nothing is leaping to mind. But I know I'd go underrated. I would go painkiller. But a pill diver is complicated. Weird. I mean, so many tiki drinks are weird. I don't even know. Well, it'd be something that's not rum, a tiki drink that's not rum. And there are a few of those. So the equal parts. Overrated. I love Blood and Sand is worst. Yes. Corpse Reviver number 2 is underrated. I thought that everyone rates that. Okay, here's where I think we get into weird territory. Because overrated doesn't necessarily mean bad. It just means you think people talk it up too much. Bitter, worst, Old Pal, sure. Bitter Giuseppe, underrated. Okay. That's just a version of a fucking Negroni. See, I'm not big on bitter drinks. That's okay. Okay. Overrated Negroni. That's where I put a Negroni. It's an overrated bitter drink. Highballs. See, I don't even do highballs. I think it's Dark and Stormy is the best highball. Japanese highball for complicated. Japanese highball is very simple. Preparation, how a Japanese bartender might do it, is complicated. Modern classic, porn star martini, modern classic, well, it's definitely fucking overrated. 90s, so I suppose it's modern. I definitely would not have put penicillin in as the best modern classic. Trinidad Sour definitely gets points for being weird. This is actually genuinely fun. This is making me think. Paper Plane, yeah. Very different drinks, the penicillin and the Paper Plane. Top comment, worried it's starting to look like a swastika. Yeah. But, God, I should go in and join in the voting, actually. I should use Reddit much. Everyone goes on about Reddit being addictive. I used Reddit a lot in the first couple of years of its existence, and I can't remember what the password I was, and that was before they had two-factor authentication and recovery things. And so my first account, which is from the first year of Reddit, just is lost to me. Oh yes, if a few more get added, let me know. Actually, I should definitely go on the Reddit. My favorite Reddit story remains the underwhelming reception for YouTube. When YouTube was very new, I remember someone posted it with a video sharing site, and they said, "Oh, it's like, oh God, what was the image sharing site? It wasn't Imgur." But they just said, "Oh, this new site, it's like an image sharing site, but for videos." And it hardly got any upvotes. Like it did not make a big splash. So it was very funny how a very influential and heavily trafficked site, Reddit, completely failed to understand the impact of YouTube. That wasn't Tumblr. I think it was more likely to have been Imgur, honestly. Am I logged into Reddit on this one? Reddit, the heart of the internet. Used to call it the front page of the internet. Sure, I'll just sign in so I can search. Okay. Ah. Join us for the most hands-on cybersecurity learning. Actually, I'll show Reddit while I'm talking about it. So you know what I'm looking at. Now I'm just going to get hooked on things, I can tell. So this first thing, my hands turned purple or white when below my heart. Ooh, everyone's going to diagnose this dude. Comments. My buddy does this. Comment hospital. Unconcerned people can peep out their health. Yeah, it's like your skin changing color if your hand's lower than your heart. Is it real fucking bad? Or has the potential to be really bad? Well, anyway, let's go back to home. She called me the N-word. Wait, is that real? He just knocked that woman out? It's so hard to be sure these days. Rangers. I'll never find it. Do not start a YouTube. Started a new YouTube. Well, these are fun things. Starting YouTube. YouTube. When did Imgur launch? Is like Imgur. I'm going to do a search. Early internet image sharing sites. It was Flickr. It was Flickr. As soon as I saw it, I knew it. Is like, I used to use Flickr as well. Why is Flickr so primitive? Yeah, I am. Oh, dear. YouTube becoming more like Flickr. Yeah, okay. This was a weird idea I had, and it was never going to happen. Oh, God, did you write Flickr just as I said Flickr again? I know, Strictly Sega, there's apparently a couple people watching, but it's only you and me being vocal, metaphorically in your case. Yeah, maybe I should make another cocktail. I should finish this cocktail. It's growing on me, actually. I don't hate it. All right, closing a few windows. Or tabs, if I'm going to be correct. Ooh, okay. Oh, you're showing, are these elaborate garnish pictures from, yeah, dude, I always want you to join. We can be having a conversation. And this will probably make Pat magically appear. So yeah, things I could never be bothered to do, elaborate garnishes. So dark, I've seen more complicated ones than this. Turning a lime into a sailing ship. Jesus, half the year the lime's going to be the most expensive component of the cocktail. In Australia, anyway. I mean, okay, I do like the colors. I don't know how they did it. I don't think it's worth it. It's not going to improve my cocktail experience. But the ingredients: rye, tepache, lemon juice, Saint-Germain, hibiscus-infused agave. I haven't made tepache in ages. That is pretty, isn't it, retro? Again, things are... And even that looks like a... Oh, what is that? I was going to say... It's like a gin highball. Again, it's like a whole lime in there. God, they can be a couple of dollars here at some times of the year. It's always painful when the citrus costs that much. Here's Charlie.
That was a G&T, by the way, with that lime.
Oh, with an elaborate garnish.
Constructed G&T,
Yeah.
which I found pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just thought I'd just chill out for while we're talking cocktails.
Yeah.
You know.
Retro Fury, like Saint Germain. Elderflower liqueur, very popular. American bartenders call it bartender's ketchup because they think you can put it on anything and it tastes better. So they were like, so Retro, when limes are out of season, remember your dad cutting the slices really thin. You're going to really maximize your garnish by doing super thin slices. I've got some dried lime wheels for garnishes here. But yeah, one of the reasons I don't go for the garnishing side of it that often is they're freaking expensive. That's why I'm always using orange peel as garnish. Mind you, we get the bad time of the year that I think actually lasts for a couple of months when oranges are really expensive here, and they're usually from the US. Like there's no local oranges. That's a bit rough.
Oh,
But,
that's really cool. I'm going to start posting these pictures in cocktails instead of in the main section.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's appropriate. We've got a cocktail channel. Yeah.
Yeah. I
thought this was really cute. It's a
as I mentioned to you before the stream that I watched both Fackham Hall and Sisu 2, and I laughed a lot more at Sisu 2. I think that you meant to. Oh, that was I was in hysterics at that. That was so funny. But there a lot of the stunts in Sisu are so over the top. They make John Wick look tame. And every time they did something just incredibly outlandish, I was just cracking up. It was very funny. But again, just, the angriest old man in the world is just like...
who's grabbing planks. Just it's all about saving the planks of wood,
The memory of his family. He wants to rebuild his home.
But he could have just pulled off the door frame and that would have been the bit he needed the most, And the train scene was great.
Taking the beams and numbering them, and
with the rocket.
The rocket was exceptionally silly, but again, very enjoyable. I had a good time. Fackham Hall is trying to be like Naked Gun or Flying High,
and just
with sort of machine gun jokes. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's, and even, the very obvious joke in the title, Fackham Hall, they actually spelled that out twice in the movie. It's like if anyone was too fucking thick to get Fackham Hall sounds like fuck 'em all. They actually had someone say it twice, and it's like, for fuck's sake, honestly, credit the audience with just the barest level of intelligence, please.
Right? Yeah.
And that's why, oh my god, I couldn't watch more than one episode, but that's why I hated that Mike Myers series on Netflix.
I didn't watch.
Cantaloupe.
I watched half an episode and I went no.
Just when they were like leading up to a visual joke, and this dialogue was basically saying, there's about to be a joke. There's a joke coming up here. Here comes a joke. There's the sign. The sign is a joke. Do you get it? That was a joke. Did you notice we just passed a sign that was a joke? I'm saying the joke again. It's like, for fuck's sake.
It's ever since the first example of that for me was in Austin Powers 3 when Fred Savage comes on and he's got a giant mole on his face and he goes molly 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 and he just it's funny that he had a mole and it's funny that he couldn't help but say it, right? But then it just went on for like half an hour and it's like, damn it, dude, let the joke go.
And even what could have been a really good joke, but they ran it into the ground, and then they told you what the joke was in case you missed it. There's a thing that when they're in Canada, everything is in low resolution, 80s, 90s TV, and they cross the border into America and everything's HD. And that would have been so much funnier if they didn't call attention to it. But it's like they're worried people won't get the joke, so they have to labor the joke and tell it really explicitly. It's like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, I'm just posting up cocktails in that cocktail channel like it's going out of style.
All right.
I'm in a cocktail mood, you know? Like, it's one of those nights I'm enjoying looking at fancy cocktails.
I love good cocktail photography, largely because I'm bad at it. So what do we got coming up now? Let's put that on screen.
I'm gonna get some limoncello, whatever it's called. Yeah,
limoncello.
Yeah, limoncello.
You got to get in touch with your inner Italian, Charlie. Limoncello.
Yeah.
So what is this? This is a whiskey.
That's a rye. What's it called? Whiskey gone awry? Is that it?
Okay. But it's got an olive as the garnish.
Lime boat trend. So it's an olive sitting in a
champagne
champagne. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was very cute.
It is. An olive in a whiskey drink is weird to me. I've seen this, guys. I've seen people do this. Make a banana
like
into a dolphin.
Yeah.
Blue drinks. Blue drinks are automatically party drinks.
Okay, so the ingredients on that other one, sorry, my bad. It was Negroni on tap, Campari, Carpano Classic.
It's Campari Sweet Vermouth and Gin.
Yeah.
So two things I don't like, a Negroni and an olive. Very Italian.
Is Prosecco Cage with a Queen Anne olive.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's Prosecco
really
is
overly
cheap
explained.
champagne.
Another thing that's cool is, you know how you got that leftover cherry juice whenever you finish a jar of cherries?
Yes.
This guy's turning his cherry juice into cherry wine.
Oh, he's fermenting it. Nice.
The old juices. Yeah. It's just the shit that you guys come up with on this, you know? Like, it's just amazing.
This person is very proud of the size of the foamy head on their glasses.
Yeah, but would you be, though? That's too foamy.
It's, they've obviously decided.
The one on the right is fine. But
one in the middle is what's going on.
Considering the one on the left, you would probably want to throw out because it's made with vodka. And the middle one's Amaretto Bitter, Amaretto Disaronno.
That's
5
just a
ounce
brand name.
Campari, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 0.75 ounces simple syrup, 1 egg white, dehydrated blood orange. And the one on the right hand side, I've got the instructions right there. You can. It's right. It's on the screen right now. I
Yeah,
use this as
Silent
my
Night.
own Christmas menu and called it the Silent Night. It's fresh enough to keep for the spring.
Gin, blackberry brandy, lemon juice. So it's a minor variation on a gin sour, basically.
See what I mean? You guys come up with such clever ideas. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look.
Thought into world peace, you know.
Yeah, I know, right? Imagine if we applied ourselves to things that would help society. Oh dear. Yeah, but yeah, people who are into cocktails will, at a certain point, it becomes all about experimentation. It's like, okay, I know this works. So what if I tweak this bit, and this bit? Will it still work?
Yeah, I come up with such interesting, clever, like, because I know Sophie likes sweet drinks, and I used to work at an ice cream shop.
Yeah.
I can use a lot of the ideas that I've had for different
Yeah.
sweetnesses and mix them in. So, for instance, you ever had a cyclone? It's an icy pole that
Oh yes,
spins.
yes. I
Yep.
like those. Yeah.
So I take two cyclones. I take some ice, put it in a blender,
Yeah.
add some pineapple juice, add
Yeah.
some gin and some triple sec,
Yeah.
and blend the fuck out of it, and it turns into this thick kind of daiquiri mixture, really
Yeah.
sweet and yum. She loves it.
Yeah. Great summer
Me,
drink,
I'm
that.
not a big fan myself because I can't get into cocktails that are that sweet. Like, I
Yeah.
don't mind that sweet, but this sweet, no, too much.
Yeah, that's pretty full on. But good for summer. Basically, a liquidized ice block
I
with
like
booze in
that
it.
summer inspires me to make some really interesting, different
Yeah.
cocktails. Yeah. Um, and often it's just comes down to like what juices I've got in the fridge that I want to. That's my
Yeah.
base. Instead of basing it around a whiskey or da da da, I'll
Mm.
go. Okay, I've got this juice. Now, what will go well with it? Gin, yeah, probably gin, or maybe a whiskey, depending. Like if it's apple juice, whiskey definitely.
Yeah. Oh God,
Orange juice, definitely gin.
there's a pub just near where I work in the city, and the food it's called Sparrows. My cousin actually owns the food business, and they do, and this is not going to be strictly speaking true, but they always do it. That Australia's only authentic Philly cheesesteaks, and it's because he lived there and worked in a place in Chicago
Oh,
for a
okay,
while.
yeah, yeah.
But they're very yummy, the Philly cheesesteaks they make, and the pub has a few interesting things, but they do a thing, whiskey and apple juice. I went in there for pre-Christmas lunch when I was in at work, and Philly cheesesteak, fried cheese curd, which I fucking love. It's probably just grossly unhealthy for you, but I really like it.
Mm.
Um, and they said, whiskey and apple juice. I said, oh, that they actually fresh juice the apples. They sliced up a Granny Smith, had a juicer there, and so I got absolutely fresh apple juice with.
Yum.
I think they use twofold, which goes really well with apple juice. Nice, just a tall, refreshing drink. It's like apple juice. You can taste the whiskey, but it's just like this feels like a really mild drink to have on my lunch break at work, and not go back to work being really plastered. But yeah, you
I'm
talk,
going to make a drink too. Actually, I'll be
yeah,
right back. 2 seconds. You don't mind?
yeah. No, I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna disappear for a second and get something out of the fridge. Okay. Are you back? No, I'm back. Okay. Left the empty ribs on stage. Making this. I'll put this back. Let's go. Wait, I gotta.
Did you pick up that video about the waterproof watch?
I have not uploaded waterproof watch. I have to redo it. Coconut rum. Okay. Simple kind of pina colada variation. Okay. Here we go. Coconut rum. Shazam, Tiki Lovers pineapple rum.
Okay. Yeah, I figured seeing it's quiet tonight, I'll come on and so you got someone to chat to because it's when I'm typing, it's usually 5 minutes behind.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
and
that.
you get all the credit for thinking of Flickr before I did.
Yes. And this weird coconut pineapple syrup I made, and I don't know if it's any good. Wow, it's really thick.
That's going to be great.
It's so thick. I've had it in the fridge, and it's gone so thick it won't pour out of the really narrow neck of this bottle.
Oh wow! Is it sugary?
Yeah. Look, what it is this supermarket. Oh, here we go. We've got some flow happening. It's this supermarket pineapple coconut fruit drink, which occasionally gets marked down so it's really cheap, like it's $1 or $1.50 for 750 mils. I reduced that down on the stove, like I just simmered it till it basically got lost like 75% of the water from it. Then I added some sugar, and then I was in a really experimental mood. And I added some coconut milk to it as well.
You should be making this into a video right now.
Yeah, well, this is the test drive for a video.
But that's what makes a video good is you don't know. You generally don't know if it's going to be good or... Oh, wow, that is thick, isn't it?
Yep. Okay. So I maybe need to...
You've been eating lots of asparagus, Angry.
Yeah. I maybe need to add some water to this. Not maybe, I do. I need to add some water to this. But it's remarkable how much just a small amount of water will make a difference. I'm always surprised by that. Anyway.
Yeah, it definitely ups the strength of it, doesn't it? Like a concentrate, like a cordial concentrate.
I was going to strain the ice out of this, but maybe... what do I do? Actually, my martini glass holds the most volume. All right, where is my strainer? Here. Okay.
So today's new addition to Plex is the 13 seasons of Doctor Who, which include the Doctor Who Confidentials as well.
Oh, yes.
My friend who's been asking me for the Doctor Who's is very insistent that the Doctor Who Confidentials are almost as good as watching the show sometimes.
Okay.
They're quite amusing, supposedly.
Retro, you like pina coladas, but it's winter for you. More hot cocoa. It is summer, and we're just about to go into some very hot days. So this is kind of pina colada variation. That's not bad.
Strong was the face you pulled.
Oh no, it's only got like 2 ounces of rum in it. What I was thinking, and I might do this another day, the same thing, but put like some more coconut cream in it as well. Just like really go to town on the coconut cream.
It's quite sweet, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
So you need to dull it down and bring out the coconut a bit more instead. Yeah.
I like it though.
Oh yeah. Dude, you're about to finish it. Of course you like it. You know?
Creamy drinks, I like to drink them while they're cold. Because I didn't put the ice in there. But yeah. It's like I put lime juice in there as well. It's not too tart. I honestly might experiment with this a little bit more. Like I said, make a version that I put an ounce. Well, first I've got to dilute that syrup because it's too thick. But like probably, seriously, I found only putting about 15 mils of water in there makes a radical difference. Like you wouldn't think so. It's like there's this really goopy stuff. You put a small amount of water in and suddenly it's really runny. I'm like, okay. But I will put
Is that from the ice? Is that the water that came from the ice?
No, I'm just talking about the actual syrup.
Oh,
that
okay.
I was describing.
Yeah.
It's too thick. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it, so it's easier or possible to pour it. It took me ages to pour out for this drink. The two things I want to experiment with are add some coconut cream. I think maybe I was tossing up. Does it need the lime juice? It maybe does, particularly if I add coconut cream.
I reckon the lime juice is like a connector. It's a joiner. Yeah.
That's pretty good though. That would be a good party drink. Just shake them up for people. Very refreshing, tasty treat. Ooh, drink a bit of water to cleanse my palate there. It's interesting that it's such a quiet night, but that's okay. Quiet nights happen. People are off doing stuff. I imagine. I hadn't finished my last drink when I made that one. Oh well. Say la vie. Although, I think I will have a non-alcoholic beverage after this. Back to work tomorrow, although I'm not going into the office. Fuck going into the office between Christmas and New Year's. Working from home this week. I'll go back into the office next week.
I'm still thinking about the cars. So that's a video album.
Oh, nice! That's on Laserdisc.
So, back in the 80s, MTV was fucking huge.
Yes.
So they would make every single song into a music video on the album. And the first song, "Hello Again," is directed by Andy Warhol.
Wow. Okay.
And it has lots of boobies.
Yeah. This is me being cynical. Cool. Me being cynical. Directed by Andy Warhol means Andy Warhol's again. Yeah, you should. There's a model I know. You should put them in there.
Take off. It needs a shirt. Take off your
shirt. Yeah.
So that's the greatest hits one I was telling you about.
Oh yes, nice.
So we've got Just What I Needed, My Best Friend's Girlfriend, Let the Good Times Roll. I don't know. You're all I've got tonight.
Yeah,
I'm sure I know it if I hear it. It's one of those
there may
songs.
be milking the idea of greatest, particularly if they. I mean, how many albums did they put out?
7 or 8.
Did they? How many did they put?
Candido. There
Because
was Shape It Up.
I've seen some bands put out a
Coffee
greatest
City.
hits album when they've only had 2 albums, and
Right. Yeah.
they've had maybe 3 songs that have charted. Hello, Justin, by the way. Spanish are weird. Russians have Christmas. There's nothing wrong with Christmas in January because it's an arbitrary thing. Why the Spanish are weird. Today is Childermas, in English often called Feast of the Innocents or the Innocent Martyrs. Biblical time. So, just past Christmas, Christ the King is born. King Herod in Judea, his court magicians or whatever tell him, we've seen it in the stars, the king is born. And Herod takes it literally and thinks the Christ being born is an actual king who will usurp his throne. So he goes, fuck that nonsense. Hey, soldiers, go out there and kill any newborn babies, like any baby that looks like it was born in the last month or so, just kill it. And so it's a big traumatic thing. But Jesus, Mary, and Joseph had already escaped, and God, in his wisdom, let dozens or hundreds of babies get murdered. So, but anyway, so that's the thing. But in Spain, for Childermas, that's their version of April Fool's Day. They go around doing pranks and whatnot. And I was going like, dude, I don't think when people got upset with Herod for killing all the babies, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank.
Yeah. I killed your child. It's just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank, bro. What are you
Calm down. Calm down. It's just a prank. I guess you haven't got a sense of humor.
Yeah. Oh, goodness me. So, yes, that's why I said the Spanish are weird.
Oh, that meme you posted of Jake Paul.
Where someone had painted his face on a rock?
Yeah.
That was really funny.
That was so fucking
that
funny.
person's a really good artist. I was looking at their stuff, but oh my God. That was a hoot. Painting terrified Jake Paul as a rock.
And just the face he's pulling because he's just had the crap beaten out of him,
Yeah.
Did you see the fight?
No.
Well, I watched 2 of them. I had to because I just wanted to
fair enough.
Him losing, and then the other one was Andrew Tate
Andrew Tate getting his shit knocked out of him,
and the way he just went, come on, man, stop now, come on, like that at the end.
Yeah,
instead of just fighting all the way until the end, like a man would, Yeah.
It just puts the lie to all the ridiculous bullshit that fucking piece of shit has said for the last 10 years.
I love it how he goes, if you're having sex with a woman, it means you're gay.
Okay, here's the thing. I see a bunch of the stuff he says like that. I think he holds anyone who gives him money in such contempt. He enjoys trolling them. And because he says stuff every now and then, and I'm just going, you're just fucking with your audience now, aren't you? It's like it's like Trump has no respect for the people who support him, because Trump is just, I am just an open criminal and grifter, and you fucking losers are treating me like a god.
Yeah.
And Trump has more contempt for Trump followers than I do. Hello, Madam Butterfly, by the way. But the same thing, Andrew Tate has he just loves fucking with his stupid acolytes. Like the other one he said that I thought was hilarious, he's going like, okay, you guys worried about trans people. If you're going to have sex with someone who looks like Megan Fox but has a penis, or someone who looks like Donald Trump but has a vagina, who are you going to have sex with? And all the transphobes are like, the vagina, Donald Trump. And he's just going, yeah, well, you're gay because you want to fuck someone who looks masculine just because they have a vagina. It's just like, it's way less gay to fuck Megan Fox with a penis. And I think he's literally just fucking with his fans.
Or he's confused himself. Hey, here's something interesting I've got to ask you about. Okay, there's been a lot of discussion on the Destiny channel about the infighting that's going on in the Republican Party at the moment.
Yes,
especially since we just had that TP USA.
Yeah. Oh, and wasn't there some infighting there?
Yes. Well, this is where it comes from. You've got the three factions going on, where you've got the the Israeli faction, we call it, which is the Ben Shapiro side of it.
Jewish
then we
people
got the
and hardcore
money faction, which is the that dickhead who does that stupid laugh, who loves Putin, who used to have a TV show on Fox, but then got in trouble after he after Fox
Tucker
got
Carlson.
sued. Tucker Carlson, thank you. Yeah. And I'm having a brain fart today. Sorry.
No,
Dave.
That's okay. Yeah.
And the third group is the yes, right, the Fuentes, the Groper group.
The actual Nazis. Well, Tucker Carlson's. I don't think Tucker Carlson's
big numbers at the moment, right?
I don't think Tucker Carlson's a different faction to Nick Fuentes. Tucker Carlson is a wannabe fascist white supremacist, and he's friends with Nick Fuentes.
So you reckon he'll team up with the Gropers?
He's just incredibly cynical and will do anything for a platform. But he is a white supremacist. No two ways about it.
Here's the question that's going on in the Destiny thing. Mm-hmm. Who's going to win?
Excellent question.
Right? Because at the moment, it looks like Ben Shapiro is getting fucking walloped.
Yeah.
And then you've got the crazies on the fourth spectrum, who's like Candace Owens and stuff like that. And what's his name? That bald-headed junkie,
awesome.
Joe Rogan, who's just spilling shit out, like constant shit, and making up conspiracies and stuff. And they're the ones getting really big numbers, as well as the Gropers, which is like, oh, well, which way is it going to go? Like,
Candace Owen gets over 100,000 people watching her live streams. She is doing gangbusters.
Yeah, those kind of numbers is like that's a lot of money.
I think Nick Fuentes is going to flame out because he's too openly Nazi. Candace Owens is just this side of Nick Fuentes. He's too openly Nazi that can't be sustained. America being such a big population and the world being such a big population, you can be a fringe Nazi dickhead and still have a reasonable number of supporters. Tucker Carlson, I think if you're doing a Venn diagram, there is crossover between Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and Nick Fuentes. There's a little bit... because Tucker Carlson's a piece of shit. He's had more mainstream, but he couldn't stop with the more extreme stuff, which is why he got dumped. Candace Owens
is the thing. That little Venn diagram thing you just pointed out a moment ago. You know where that crossover is? Russia.
Yeah, there's an element of that.
They
definitely
all love Russia.
Yeah. I have to admit, it's darkly funny that Ben Shapiro is in the find out phase of fuck around and find out. It's like, yes, okay, you aligned with the far right because there were these diehard Israel supporters there, and you willfully ignored the fact the far right is dominated by old school bigots, anti-Jewish. You were okay with anti-black, anti-women, anti-gay, and you assumed they weren't going to go anti-Jew. And
and
they were always going to come for you. And
he is kicking up a storm at the moment, trying to justify his because he believes that he has equal footing in loving America and loving Israel equally. And Americans are like, no, 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 you can't do that. You got to love America more, you know.
Yeah. As
And it's like,
but
yeah, that's definitely the find out phase, as you were talking
yeah,
about. But it's
as
like you said, like we talked about with Trump, because
yeah,
he's, you know, because the midterms are coming up. Trump is a cult of personality, right? As we've already
yes,
talked about many times on this channel,
yes,
and because he hasn't got um, a direction that he's going, it's all about personality instead. People are
yes,
trying to jump in to fill that void
yeah,
and see which one's going to be the one they can latch onto to take the Republican Party in that direction in the
yeah,
future.
yeah.
And I don't think JD Vance is going to be able to lead the party
No,
in
he's a
a productive
weird little
way.
freak. He's a weird little freak.
So yeah,
Um,
but I see Nick Fuentes jumping on the bandwagon of JD Vance eventually, even though he's slagging the shit off even now.
oh no, no,
He'll
no,
come
no, no.
around.
Nick Fuentes is racist to his core, and
Yeah, because yeah, JD
JD
Vance
Vance is
is
married to
married
an
to a
Indian woman.
yeah, married, yep.
No,
And
no,
so that set him off. So it's just an interesting topic, you know, like it's seeing where it's all coming from and what's going to
yeah.
happen with it.
So
Because
interesting,
there
retro.
isn't a
You
threat,
reckon
yeah,
Trump
and
got him as VP because he? Oh, because he
um,
isn't a threat.
yeah,
Well,
because
I
JD
also
Vance
think
is great at speeches, but he's really bad one on one with people.
yeah. I also think Trump took enormous delight in making JD Vance cruel because JD Vance was one of the guys who said Trump's Hitler, he will destroy the Republican Party, and then when it got to the stage, all the Republicans are just like, we want power above everything, and for whatever reason he gets Vance, and he made Vance just abase himself. Like, I'm sorry, sir, I believed the mainstream media lies. You're a great man, and he did that. He did that to so many Republicans. Ted Cruz. What's
Oh
his
yeah,
name?
Ted Cruz after he
Yeah.
insulted his wife and said
He
his
said his
wife is
dad killed
ugly, and
JFK.
that he yeah, said his dad killed JFK.
Yeah, and what's his name? The Mormon.
Which Mormon? They're all Mormons.
He was a presidential candidate. He's from Colorado. Oh God, my brain stopped working. He was in
Wait, are
there.
you talking about the one that was captured and kept hostage in Vietnam, Viet Cong?
No, he wasn't. He's not a Mormon.
Oh
More,
wait, are you talking about Mike Pence?
no, Mike Pence is an evangelical Christian.
Oh right, yep.
Um, big teeth, sort of handsome guy. He went against. I think he was trying to run against Obama or something. I can't remember. Oh, but anyway, a whole bunch of mainstream Republicans, Trump made them publicly grovel to him and did it.
Oh, Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, thank you. That's his name. Retro, what Trump has over these guys, you don't get it. Oh, I think literally
Calling
all
them
it
out.
is Trump got power and they will do anything for power. They stand for nothing and they will do anything for power. Trump has power, so they suck up to Trump. I think
Trump
it's that
also added
straightforward.
a whole new level of nepotism to his cause,
Yeah.
where if you are picked by Trump, then you can pick a whole plethora of people that work for you that is, you know, your mates, you know, whether they're qualified or not. Yeah, it goes down the chain. And also the reason why they're also scared of Trump is because the moment Trump calls them out, the voters listen. Whether or
Yes.
not you like him or not, his voters matter, and they if they don't want that Republican in and they want another Republican that Trump supports, they'll vote for him. They'll vote for them instead.
Yeah. And Retro, you're right. A lot of traditional Republicans have just dipped because
Yep.
they don't want
But
to
a lot of
associate.
them have stayed too, though. I'll be honest. A lot of them have
Oh
stayed
yeah,
and
that's what I mean.
stuck
The
their
ones
up
who
their
want
ass, and
power
you're
over
not seeing
everything,
nothing. Yeah.
the ones who just want power and they don't care how they get it. But what's interesting, I think the Republican Party is freaking out. Trump is going to leave a void. They really don't have anyone who can control a crowd like Trump. Uh, it's he
Yeah.
goes. There's this
As we
massive.
said, it's not a party of policy. They haven't got a direction that they want to go. It's a cult of personality. So without Trump's personality, it's left a massive void in what the party's future could be.
Yeah. And it's why he lost the second time he ran, because he rightfully enraged people so much. A huge number of people were motivated to go out and vote, that whole optional voting thing in the US.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also why he won the second time, because the Democrats absolutely failed to inspire people. They failed to make
That was
people think
also
that they
Charlie Kirk as well, had a lot to do with that. He rallied a lot of younger male voters
can. Yeah.
and showed them that, you're not being listened to, and we're the ones that are going to listen to you if we do, if you choose us. Republican senator in my state was going to step down after 2 terms, and the Trump won and stayed, and now he's brought all these bullshit claims like Trump actually won over Biden, etc.
Yeah.
The fucking brain rot. It's brain rot.
It is brain rot, and it's been the thing that it is incredibly disturbing to see from the outside that nothing matters. The base level of decency and dignity just doesn't exist anymore.
Anytime they're confronted by it, aren't they, Andrew? They go straight into a what about this? What about that? What about, like they don't want to take any what's the word, responsibility for anything, they just want to keep on moving the marker into something else.
Yeah, it's because they're fucking criminals. They definitely don't want accountability because they're breaking the law all the time.
They're talking about the violence that the left are bringing. Neon Popcorn, I sent you an invite to my video channel on Discord if you wanted to join. Still, we've been sitting around waiting for you to join us.
Okay.
Sorry, she was talking to about it the other day to us, and I was like, "Oh, come on, you have a good time."
Come on.
All these white guys say they can't get promoted, etc., because all women and blacks get promoted. That's okay. DUI, DEI is another word to say black people. By the way,
It's
that's not
literally
a
just
real thing.
this is my cover for being gross and racist.
That's their way of getting around racism the long way.
Yeah, but also you just look at this is what you need in the US. I always thought you needed someone on the Democrat side to just fight aggressively. But even you look at New York, where the most unlikely guy, Zoran Mamdani, wins the mayoral election against a high-powered, heavily financed, traditional Democrat character, and he gets elected mayor in the most Jewish city in the US. And yes, Retro Fury, that great line. I'm not racist, but, and also some of my best friends are black.
And Charlie Kirk, who says, when I see a black person who was flying a plane, I worry that, I'm going to die.
Yeah. And it's because you're stupid and racist and have all these built-in bigoted assumptions. But Zoran Mamdani didn't really fight the way I thought they should, but he literally just focused on the issues that people cared about. Everything's too expensive. So I always thought, Democrats had to fight really aggressively. Zoran Mamdani don't have to be sincere and say, hey, you're facing these problems. I want those problems. And we'll see. That's that. Justin, Australian politicians or wannabe influencers copy Trump and they Well, Pauline Hanson is sucking up a lot of the conservative of the Liberal National Party voters. But again, I mean, she has about 1% the influence of Donald Trump, but she does the same stuff. Like everything she says is a lie, and just tells the stupidest people in the country that they're right. And
and she relies on the cult of
people,
personality thing again too.
yeah, and it's like no one told me I'm right because you're shit, you fucking moron, and you should listen to. But as soon as someone comes along and says you're correct, your bigotry is correct, they go, "Yay! I love this person. They told me I'm good," and it's just like, "Yeah, well, you're fucking not." God, I just had a flashback to that.
That's another thing with I've got a friend of mine who's just started bringing up Pauline Hanson and goes, why would I ever vote for Labor? What have they done? They've been sitting around doing nothing. And I started listing out, the gas price, the prices of electricity that they've reduced by 30%, the free TAFEs, the fact they put a storage section of gas that have to be used by Australia, and that is pissing off the Nationals and Pauline Hanson and stuff like that. And I said, please retort, tell me something that Pauline Hanson is doing that makes her better. And it's not. It's all about personality.
Yeah, and it's making me
you
feel
doing the
better.
yarding? I'm talking too much. Or are you
I'm doing my exercises while we talk.
Yeah. I thought you were doing the shut up, Charlie. You're talking too much.
Oh, God, I should have told you. That wasn't.
I'm sensitive like that. I got to, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Mandani will be sworn in by Sanders. That's nice.
That's fun.
I'm interested in seeing the gun law changes that Australia will make after the shooting. I like to see a country take control of their gun laws. The US is corrupt. Okay, so it's not going to be a big gun law change. The biggest one will be the way the bullets are loaded into the gun itself. At the moment, we have a thing where it's a handle trigger, and you can load a bullet one at a time into it like that. So you could potentially shoot a single bullet in about one per a second and a half.
Yes, if you practice.
So yeah, with practice, which these guys had.
Yeah.
So they're getting rid of that side of it and turning that into a gun that you cannot buy with a level 3 license anymore.
Yeah.
So it's something, but it's not going to be a big difference, really. It's all about just, making people happy by talking.
It's really interesting, and they are going to limit the number of guns people can own. Because there were like 2 people in New South Wales who had 600 registered firearms between them.
Yeah. See, that doesn't bother me. If they have, then they can't go taking all 600 guns with them, right?
No, but okay, ask yourself the question.
You can own 500 guns. I have 1,000 Laserdiscs,
No, ask yourself the question, why do they have that?
Because they're passionate about it the same way I am about an obsolete media.
I am going to go with
have these,
This is at least mildly conspiratorial in my mind. I am going to go with they are not enthusiasts. They are not pure of intention. They have that number of guns to, when the time comes.
The uprising. Yeah.
That is the reason they have those guns. They premeditated. They are going to distribute those guns to people.
Yeah, the Muslims stopping the shooter really ruined, the right wing's talking points.
Oh God! For a couple of days, they were obsessed with saying, "No, he's a Syrian Christian." His name's Ahmed El Ahmed, which is Muhammad El Muhammad. So there are not a lot of Middle Eastern Christians who call their children Muhammad. Just throwing it out there. But, yeah.
See, Retro Fury, I'm in a different position than Angry. I think people become obsessed about all sorts of things. I knew a guy who collected mouse pads. Why do you need 100 mouse pads? There's no reason, like some people are just autistic and they get into weird shit, and it's their thing. Now, I do half agree with Angry in the sense that is a little fucked up because you got to have a weird mindset to get into guns to that dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there is a little bit of just collected nerdness.
Yeah, but not 600 guns between two people. I look again, and you notice I did preface this with saying this is at least mildly conspiratorial on my part to say this.
Yeah.
Justin, did YouTube drop censorship regarding the shooting? I don't know what you mean by censorship and what you mean by dropped. Yeah. Neon Popcorn, you've got 500 plus video games. What I would say is those things do not directly map. I get where Charlie's coming from. I just don't agree. But also, I can't prove my point. I'm not standing here going, I'm wrong. No, leave the room, Charlie. I was just going to say you're dumb and wrong.
Yeah. Tell me something I don't know.
So I am not asserting I have great deep inner wisdom. I'm admitting this is a feeling on my part.
Same here.
Yeah. So, but also, all the people are going, oh, you're infringing your rights. Oh, these people need more than 10 guns for this reason. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I don't care. I'm honest enough to admit that. It's like with the public smoking ban. I do remember seeing Penn and Teller on their show Bullshit, where they were claiming that passive smoking is not a thing. And they got some guy who was not a doctor. He was not a cancer expert. He was not a research scientist. He was just someone who campaigned anti-smoking stuff. And they basically did a gotcha thing on him that, you've got no science behind it. It's like, my dudes, if you're going to do that, get a scientist, whatever. But also, it comes down to...
And they should know better.
I don't fucking care. I think banning smoking in public places, bars, restaurants, nightclubs, best thing that happened. I used to go out in the 80s and 90s. And
especially when you're trying to quit. Nothing's harder than quitting than constantly smelling it, because it makes you want to pick it up and start smoking again.
But okay, as a non-smoker, as I've been a non-smoker when I was in Sydney, I used to go out. So my favorite was a club in King's Cross called the Cardoma Cafe, and it was down some stairs, and it had shithouse ventilation. We'd call it the carcinoma because you're definitely going to get cancer while you're there. Over the course of the night and it had relatively low ceilings, and I'm not joking. The amount of smoke build up from the people smoking there.
Oh, right.
You can build up, and it was a solid cloud of smoke that was coming down to you. It was the fucking, and it would be in your hair, it would be in your skin, it would be in your clothes. The worst is when it was like coalescing. I'd wake up in the morning and it's like in my eyelashes. So like wake up and blink, and horrible crap is going into my eyes just from blinking. It was
when I was a kid. When I was a kid, they could smoke on the V-Line trains.
Yeah.
And there would be people standing in the carriage section, when you press that button and the door opens and you go in the carriages. There would be people, like 5 or 6 people in that little area constantly smoking. Every time that door opened, you could just walk the smoke. Jesus, so much smell,
Yeah. But yeah, like,
I never did get on a plane with a cigarette smoker. Did you ever go on a plane with a cigarette smoker?
I'm trying to remember if I ever flew when cigarette smoking was allowed on planes. I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
I remember the ashtrays on the cigarette smoker on the plane handles, armrests and stuff like that. Yeah.
I like it. On Popcorn, a date in your 20s, you wasted a whole bar of soap to get the cigarette smell. Wasn't even next to the guy smoking. Oh, no, it's just the whole venue would reek of fucking smoke. But yeah, when one reason I liked this segment from Penn and Teller about passive smoking, where I just said, you guys are being fuckwits, because I agree with 90% of their positions. And it's like, it's really important to go, just because someone's popular, intelligent, and compelling, they're not necessarily right. As it was good to tell you. But also, I was legit like, dude, I don't care if there is zero health danger to me from passive smoking. In terms of my comfort has gone through the fucking roof since smoking was banned in public. So just go fuck yourself with this smoking bullshit. Retro, you're okay. My dad,
especially nowadays and ever before, and it's so nice going out to an event like a barbecue or something like that with a group of people and not have to smell it. Being someone that's trying to quit, I'm 60 days off cigarettes now, and I'm not even wearing patches anymore.
Yeah.
And it's really still really hard when I'm around smokers that makes me just like, that's nice.
It's sense memory. It's so hard to break, and it is great that you did.
Thank you. It's very, very hard. It's been one of the hardest things this time because I know there's a line. Okay, so I've quit 4 times in my life, and I've done sometimes up to 6 years without smoking, and I've gone back to it. And this time I knew that this time I cannot fall back into it again because I was having this problem where I'd have a bit of snot or phlegm that would sit between my 2 nasal passage and my throat passage.
Yeah.
And it would be like you're getting what's that waterboarding? It would be like waterboarding.
Like you were drowning.
And that's just early death in a nutshell right there. Yeah. That just screams out you're not gonna last to 50 the way you're going. So
Yeah. Well, my dad smoked for decades, and then I think he was in his 40s. He got really sick, like a lung infection, and he was just coughing up black shit. And everyone's just going like, yeah, that's from smoking. The old inside of your lung is coated with black shit. And he was coughing up buckets of black shit. And he goes, I'm going to stop smoking, because he couldn't smoke for about a week while he was sick. And
I got the cane at St. Michael's because I was smoking behind the church.
That's classic.
Sorry, it's just Justin knows what it is when you get, because St. Michael's is one of the last schools that stopped doing whips.
Most adult smokers started very young.
So I went to a school before St. Michael's. I went to Timbertop, which is
that's where Prince Charles went.
Yep, Prince Charles only did 6 months. I did the full year. Nice. And so what happened was I would write to my friends who went to Banyule High School with me down in Heidelberg. And I was like, please send me some cigarettes. And they would send like 4 or 5 cigarettes, usually broken, and I would stash them under my bed,
Yeah.
And then when we went on camps, like every single week, you would go on these 3-day hikes.
Yeah.
And that's when I started really getting into cigarettes. We would go out, start the campsite and then run off to the side of this campsite. Yeah, but I left St. Michael's in 1997. Yeah, so well before they stopped using the cane. Anyway, I went to these in our campsites. We'd go off in a different direction and share a broken cigarette together and stuff like that. It was just the novelty of a teenage thing. And then year 10 is when I took up marijuana and got into Pink Floyd and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, you do. Do the weed and the Floyd.
And surround sound and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was and then that was pretty much my 20s was working. I come home from work and I'd spend nearly all the money that I would earn on weed and cigarettes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, and when that kept on going for ages until I had my kid, and then just like that, just didn't want it anymore, and stopped because that was, I feel like people who get into a pattern of pot smoking, especially, it stems from depression when you haven't got much else going on in your life.
Yeah.
And the moment I had my kid, I felt this new form of happiness
Yeah.
and fulfillment. Like you know what it's like, right? Yeah, it just So should be lifted. Yeah, I reckon age. Yeah. Self medication.
Self-medication.
Right on retro. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Now we got a full thing. Do you want me to head
No,
off?
keep talking. I'm enjoying
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just feel like I'm dominating the conversation a bit. Sorry.
No. Keep going. Like I was saying, like I mentioned, like my dad was decades smoker, got sick, coughed up black shit, and said, "That's it. I'm not smoking anymore. That there's no clearer indication that it's bad for you." And that I forget how long that lasted, but he started smoking again, and then about a year later, he got even sicker and coughed up way more black shit. And he said,
Oh shit.
I'm really not going to smoke anymore. And he stopped. And then some years later, he fell over in the bathroom, hit the side of the bath, broke at least one rib, but one of them like punctured his lung. And so he's getting treatment, and the doctors did some x-rays and they just went, oh, that's not good. And it was like he'd had more or less like dormant cancer in his lungs, like it wasn't spreading. And when his lung got punctured, it just went woof, and he was dead in 6 months.
How old was your dad when he died?
He was in his 50s. So
is that all really?
yeah. So I
you've
think
outlived him.
I've outlived him. But yeah, it was kind of like, it was definitely, this cancer was always there in his lungs, but it wasn't spreading. He probably would have died within 10 years. But yeah, punctured his lung, and it's like it released it and it just spread. And it was just like, oh wow, dude, yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, it did not last. Neon Popcorn, it was when I was 21. It was,
a long time ago now.
Bordering on 40 years ago. But thank you so much for your kind words. It's why I have so much. That's why I have private health insurance in Australia, because I want to get treatment straight away if I get sick. The amount of cancer in my family, got my dad, my mum, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, and it's like, okay, that is a statistically significant cancer cluster in my opinion.
Just your finger alone is self-evidence about why that service is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, well,
that
like,
year
I would have had to wait 6-12 months, and that would have been
where you would have had to wait a
just
year.
not working. So, but also, yeah, the private health insurance, because I got it done straight. While it did cost me about $2,000 all up, it also saved me about $2,000.
Yeah, you would have missed a lot of work, which could have added up to $10,000-$12,000. Too, if you're in pain. My dad didn't get lung cancer until after smoking so long. He got ALS. What's ALS?
That's
that ice bucket challenge stuff.
Yeah, it's the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah.
Which
totally
again,
thought he was
nasty.
gonna die of
And again,
cancer.
smoking, it's not just lung cancer. It gives you heart disease, attacks all parts of the body. It can give you fucking brain tumor. I say that. So I'm completely aware alcohol is a poison and a carcinogen, and I'm raising my risk of a whole spectrum of things. So far be it for me to. I'm definitely not pretending I'm morally superior to smokers.
That we've got a bit of a tummy on us too, which really is filling up a lot of more.
I don't think it's the booze. I think that's a decadent lifestyle on my part. Honestly, I can trace it back to in retrospect, I have real questions about this girlfriend I had in the 90s, because
you didn't have a tummy when you were doing your daily Angry Aussie videos. I
did, but I was only shooting from here. Why do you think I was only shooting from here?
Yeah, but you did outdoor things too.
Now, look, I should, for my height, be under 80 kilos. And
Yeah.
even when you think I look slim, I was 95 kilos then. So, but that's the golden days. If I could get back to that, that would be great.
Yeah, I'd be wrapped too myself.
Yeah.
Same. I think we're the
Yeah.
same height. I think we're both 5'8".
Yeah. So, but the little meals I'm doing are helping. I haven't weighed myself recently, but I was getting down to like 10 kilos lower than my worst weight.
And you do lots of walks and stuff like that too.
Yeah, walk with Mrs. Angry. Yeah.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to get back to. Oh, look! I swear to God, over the course of the pandemic, my weight fluctuated 20 kilos. It went up, it went down, it went up, it went down, it went up.
And then it went up and up and up.
Yeah, no, literally in the, say, the first 2 to 3 years of the pandemic, my weight fluctuated within this 20 kilo range. Like, it's fucking wild.
I've seen him knock a glass off the table with his stomach.
I mean, sad but true.
I can only say that because I've been watching this because I'm a 0.1%, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like I've got a strategy at the moment.
Just whatever. That's what I'm getting to the point of is if it happens, I'm going to keep working on it to keep it happen, try and make it happen. But if it doesn't, then whatever.
And this has been shown in study after study after study. What affects your health more than your weight? I mean, smoking's pretty bad, but definitely more than your weight is feeling supported and loved and part of a community. So, okay, that's my touchy-feely statement for anyone. This has been shown.
I'm definitely loved and supported by Soph, and I'm definitely part of this online community here. This is my favorite community. Like, I always look forward to Fridays every single week.
So literally feeling secure, cared for, and when I say loved, I mean even platonically, even familiarly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be romantic, but feeling supported and cared for and feeling happy. That it's surreal, but that's been proven again and again and again. Feeling happy is so important for your health because the most dedicated gym bro who has an empty, fucked up, meaningless life can drop dead in the gym at 40 while looking super buff. And there was, I forget what it was, I think it was somewhere in Italy, but there was this community. It was like a small town. It was a seaside thing. And they're going, oh, is it because they eat fish? And someone was looking and go, you know what? Because half the people here are overweight. And they have really low rates of heart disease, and they've got great longevity. Because it was a really tight community. No one felt alone in this community. Everyone felt supported and things. And yes, Neon Popcorn, stress will get you. And not necessarily in the terms of, but stress can kill you. But stress just fucks your quality of life as well.
Isn't it funny that we started talking about Trump and now we're talking about, like health and well-being? Like this is great.
We've got a bit more health. But I'm going to throw in, I don't know how he's not fucking dead because despite the fact he's definitely under
some of the photos of him. He looks like a walking corpse. He
does look bad. Like I reckon no way he survives this term. I
don't think he's going to survive 2026.
If I was a betting man, he drops dead during this term. And that's not a conspiracy. It's just like the dude's old, in very bad shape, and under unimaginable levels of stress. How the fuck he's still alive is beyond me. Neon Popcorn, you in the US, that's a stressor for you, the existence of Trump. Which I get. And I did love how a bit earlier in the chat, Retro was saying, like, God, you guys know more about the Republican Party than me. It is very funny to me sometimes, and this is usually conservative Americans who crack the shits about this. Like, why are you talking about America? You're not in America. And it's like, motherfucker, American politics affects my life more than it affects America, more than my government affects my life, basically.
Yeah,
America
right.
has such outsized influence on the world and whatnot. Retro, yeah, you're going to get Vance as president. I think that's almost inevitable. But also, I think that's when the wheels fall off. The midterms next year, if Trump survives till the midterms, if the Democrats sweep the midterms, which they may or may not, who the fuck knows? But then Trump is crippled at that point. He can't do all these dumb bullshit because if the Democrats get control of Congress and the Senate, or even one of them, they can put limits on what he can do. And his stress goes up and he drops dead. Richard, you were raised Catholic, but he converted. Converts are always dodgy as fuck. Like, I was raised Catholic. My dad was a convert and he was a real zealot. Okay, fun fact. You know, like you get people talking about the Masons, the Masonic Order, they're controlling everything. The Catholics have their own version of that. And in Australia, it was called the Knights of the Southern Cross. And my dad was in it. And he had, back in the 70s, in the 80s, he had all their literature. And it sounds like internet shit posting. Literally, it was all this stuff about how to derail conversations, like basically stop people from thinking abortion's okay or birth control is okay. Here's the things to drop into conversations to, if everyone's being super reasonable, drop this into the conversation to fuck things up. It is like the internet has made this stuff explode, but the attitudes have existed forever. That's right, Justin. You get to vote
currently that goes against our current laws, and it's not just him; it's his whole party. The big one is the Jeffrey Epstein thing at the moment. The leader of the FBI, I've forgotten his name.
Lied to Congress. Patel.
Kash Patel. That's it, Kash Patel. And it will never get in trouble. Anything at all. Like that will be. Oh well. You know.
Yeah. No, they break 6 laws a day. And hello, Heine. Yes. They break 6 laws a day. But if the Democrats happen to get control of Congress and the Senate, they could actually launch criminal proceedings. They could launch. I don't know if they would launch an impeachment, because it would be funny if they had the numbers to actually.
No, that'd be silly too. That'd be really silly. Yeah. It would be a nothing burger, and they look like a bunch of dickheads again, like they did last time they did it, you know?
But but last time they couldn't pass it. Like, Congress could do an impeachment, but they didn't have the numbers in the Senate to actually impeach him.
I don't think they'll get the numbers in the Senate.
I don't think they will either.
Congress,
But to actually be able to block his more egregious bullshit.
Exactly, neon popcorn. They tried, and like Angry Aussie just said, it was the Senate that shut him down, and I think it's going to do it again.
Yeah, to potentially actually have investigations into some of their criminality could be productive. But I don't know, it's big and complex and weird, and I have zero faith in the US Democratic Party to do worthwhile shit. Prove me wrong, Democrats. Prove me wrong. I would love,
especially when they pulled the plug on the government shutdown.
Yeah, that was
such a
fucking
dickhead move. That pissed me off so much.
Retro, you can just wait him out. Yeah, look, I don't know. It's like everything's been subverted to such an extreme degree. I don't actually have any good answers. I talk shit all the time and whatnot, but if I'm being truly honest, I don't have big answers.
And then, it's funny. You've got people like Mike Johnson. I think his name's Mike Johnson, is it, Angry? The head of the Congress. That. Yep. The head of the Congress is Mike Johnson, and he has been licking the boots of Trump since, holding
he's a
off the
Republican.
Jeffrey Epstein vote, stopping people getting voted in to be a representative in Congress so it doesn't get to the count.
Yeah.
Like, really, everything that, like, he has been
Yeah.
the perfect subservient person for Trump, and yet Trump is still ripping him a new hole. You know, it's fucking idiot, you know? Yeah.
You're
I
saying
miss Obama.
our American friends missing Obama.
I
mean,
miss when politics
kind of
was
felt
quiet.
better. You felt better when he was president. Like, you can highlight a whole bunch of things, like, you know, the various countries he bombed and whatnot. But
Obama was like
it
the
was
last
so less stressful. Yes, and retro class and intelligence, I agree completely. Counts for a lot. Counts for a lot.
And it was
that's the whole thing.
peaceful, you know, like we weren't talking about politics every single day. There wasn't news and a 24-hour cycle about the craziness that is this leader or that, you know, that yeah.
There's a satirical media outlet in Australia, The Chaser, and they back in the day had a physical paper they put out. They've done TV, they've done podcasts, they're on social media, and they had for their satirical news site one recently, and it was just a picture of Trump, but the headline was, Australians miss the days when they didn't wake up dreading to find out what this cunt did overnight.
Yeah.
It's kind of like us because we're asleep when all the action happens in the US, and we wake up and see news headlines and just go, what the fuck?
What was it they did for the Charlie Kirk?
Oh, they said and did such stupid shit about Charlie Kirk. Oh my god. I love it when right wingers go.
It was like the Are You Okay day isn't going well at Turning Point.
Yeah. But I love it when the right wingers go mask off, because they always spout the shit about free speech. And what they mean is no one should give me a hard time for using racist, misogynist, homophobic slurs. That's what they mean by free speech. I should be able to be an evil fuck and no one should question it. But they don't hesitate for a second to destroy someone's life because, oh, they said a thing I don't like. The Charlie Kirk thing was such an egregious example of it. And he was exactly, Retro, he was an extremist. And yeah, two things can be true. The shooting of him was definitely a fucked thing done by a fucked person, and there's no excuse for it. I don't justify it for a second. But to deify him when he was a fucking gutter-dwelling piece of shit, he was the fucking worst. And all this dumb shit, the right-wingers go like, oh, he was doing it the right way. Mate, no, he wasn't. He was
I thought they would have martyred him as well, but they're really not. Have you noticed?
No, it was very short-lived. It was very short-lived. But yeah, they are still saying quite unhinged shit. Like my favorite was like at that Turning Point USA thing, JD Vance saying fucked up shit. He said something about, you're like, if you miss Charlie, help us get the people who took him away from us. And if someone said, yes, let's get the white men who own guns and are raised by MAGA families. Let's put some limits on them.
Charlie Kirk's wife did the same thing as well when they had that town hall meeting. Yeah. And the last guy who asked Charlie Kirk a question about transgender shooting.
Oh, yeah, getting him just because he's doing the dumb bullshit about trans people are all shooters, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he asked the question, well, if we're talking about the rhetoric, you know, in conversation, what about Trump's rhetoric and how he says, you know, that it's all the left's fault and the left people should be, you know, killed and stuff like that. Yeah. And she goes on about how to raise your children.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, wait a minute, the person that killed your husband was a fucking diehard Republican.
Yeah.
You know, like
raised in a MAGA family. Yeah.
You know, set on owning guns and stuff like that. It doesn't go along with your narrative at all.
No. And they just lie all the time. And oh God, she's copying. There are so many memes online of people saying, "Wow, she seems to have really gotten over the murder of her husband because she's out here partying at all these events and having big extravaganzas." And they're like, wow, I'm not sure I would be having that many public celebrations just after my significant other was murdered. Just saying. Um, Freaking wild.
Yeah, yeah. I was just reading Justin's comment. Kirk said it's worth having a few gun deaths to have the Second Amendment. How ironic!
He
And Justin,
literally died
spot on, mate.
while being transphobic, racist, and belittling the need for gun control. He was literally shot while being an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, his last question was, "What is a woman?" I love that. You know, that was the nasty one of his nasty phrases that he would
Oh,
use because he had that answer to him many times that was put perfectly, and he still ignores it just so he can use it as a line that trips
yeah.
people up.
They think that's such a gotcha, all the transphobe fuckwits. And it's just like, someone threw that at me. It's like, why is that important to you?
Oh, the line you actually mentioned. What is a fish?
Yeah, it's
I use that all the time now
yeah,
when people come up to me
yeah,
and say, "What is a woman?" I say, "Well, what is a fish?" without using the word fish.
yeah. It's and what it comes down to, what scientists say is like, you know what? A fish is something that you perceive to be a fish. That's what it is, okay? If
Mm-hmm.
you think it's a fish, it's a fish. And really, and as we say, like classifications and uh taxonomies work right up to the point they don't. And the harder you try to lock down a taxonomy, you are going to continually get cases where you have included in the group something that really doesn't fit in the group, and you have excluded something from the group that definitely does fit in the group. And but again, reality and logic
What
and
is a man is too easy, and it doesn't illustrate the point of how
but
something needs to be
it,
described
it
in
is
multiple
exactly the
different
same.
ways.
You cannot define a man without excluding people who definitely are men and including people who really don't fit your definition of a man. It's literally anything. A chair, a fish, it's
Mm.
like it's what I try to say. Taxonomy is useful right up to the point it isn't.
And sharks, they call sharks fish as well, but because they've got gills, and stuff like
I
that.
call sharks fish, but there are other things in the ocean that we kind of technically call fish, but it's like, but that's completely unlike the commonly held thing of what a fish is. Um,
Right. Is a shark a fish?
Sharks are smooth lions that live in the water. If you ever want a good laugh, look up the memes about smooth lions. There's a guy who's a cartoonist, and he's funny. He's extremely absurdist, and his name's Branson Reese. His most popular thing at the moment is a character called Swan Boy. You know, like swanboy.com. But there was this one, oh God, it was years ago. I think it was maybe pre-COVID, but he basically had like a 4-panel comic he published online. It's like a guy going into the ocean, like, I'm going into the ocean because it's wonderful and perfect. And then he's under the water and says, I'm being eaten by smooth lions. And he means sharks. And then you got all these pedants responding, saying sharks aren't smooth, their skin's really rough like sandpaper, which it is. But he just spent a day or two just fucking with people, refusing to acknowledge that sharks aren't smooth. And he just kept saying sharks are smooth, and people go, no, they're really rough. And you go like, no, you're misinformed, my man. Like, where's your evidence? And they'd give him a link to either Wikipedia or a site about sharks, and he'd just respond, I just looked on that page. It said smart sharks are smooth as hell. And he just wouldn't back down.
Yeah, if you Google it, smooth lions are eating me. There's a whole, I've just posted some up in Discord.
It was probably on Twitter, but like the social media threads where people kept going, sharks aren't smooth, and he's going, sharks are hella smooth.
Yeah,
and
like you've got as a veteran scuba instructor, I have touched dozens of shark with my bare hands, and everyone has had very rough skin. And then the artist who did the comic wrote, there must be something wrong with your hands.
He just kept saying insane things, and like one where someone said, actually they're kind of rough here, and he goes, no, you're wrong, they're really smooth. And the person said, well, you corrected me, I need to admit I was wrong, and you got the better of me. And Branson replied, yes, I would never be on the internet for days on end arguing something when I knew I was wrong. Just like,
hello, Rays, long time no see.
Oh, hey, yeah, we are being nerds as fuck right now.
Yeah, but I'd rather, be nerds than not,
I'm going to be nerdy for another 5 minutes, then I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, again, another 2 hours, it just went...
It zipped by. Not going into the office, but I'm working.
I only got 2 weeks in,
I have a fun, challenging thing at work tomorrow. So picture this. Okay, so I was on 3 weeks leave, and I got a few people who report to me, and one of them was on a particular project, and they had this big meeting like, oh, we're going to develop these standards for cybersecurity in this sector. It was like, cool, that's whole, that's good.
I suffer.
And then they went like, oh, and we're going to sort of tie it to this. And then they're saying to the person who reports to me, oh yeah, everyone else is going on leave. You can spend a couple of weeks cross-referencing with this particular standard. And just before Christmas, I caught up with her and I said, and she's going like, I don't think this is right. And I looked at it and I went, yeah, that's actually a really bad idea. It's a waste of time. We shouldn't do that. And we both agreed this is what we should do. But then all the people who are involved in this project who said this, they're all on leave for at least another 2, 3, 4 weeks. And we're just like, we are rejecting what they said when they're not here. And so I got to talk to my boss tomorrow and say, hey, so this whole project over here, while I was on leave, all these people kind of agreed on this. But then, me and my sidekick looked at it and went, that's actually a really bad idea. That's a waste of time. We shouldn't do that. But there's no one we can go to and say, hey, we've assessed this and no, we shouldn't do that. And so I'm going to say to my boss, so I reckon we just run with it. We spend 2, 3 weeks doing this. And when they come back, we say, yeah, we looked at it and that idea was wrong and we're doing a different idea now. But that might ruffle some feathers. What do you think, boss? Should I just roll with this? And I think my boss will say, yeah, you sound like it's on the head. But it's just so funny that we came up with oh no, this idea is fundamentally wrong. And everyone who backed this idea is on leave for 2, 3, 4 weeks. So we can't go back to them and say, no, we shouldn't do this. And we don't want to waste the 2, 3, 4 weeks. We want to do something productive. So we're just going to go, yeah, you know what? Fuck it all. We're going to do the thing. And it's just wild.
So did they come up with this while you were on leave?
Yeah, no, this discussion was had when I was on leave. Gotcha. And then I came back. So I was only back for 3 days.
Why you didn't step in and say, hey, this is wrong earlier. Yeah.
I was only back for 3 days before Christmas. And my minion said to me, I kind of think this is wrong. And we spent like an hour talking about it.
Angry is an interdepartmental communicator. So it doesn't matter if it's different departments or not. That's his job. He specializes in communicating between.
Safa, it is a little bit like the TV show Utopia, quite honestly.
I haven't seen that. Is that a good show?
Look, I think it depends. Like, it's Working Dog. Working Dog stuff is funny.
Oh, that show. Yes, I have seen
Yeah,
bits of that. Yeah,
it's government bureaucracy thing. So I also love Ray's has not let go of I Look Like Justin Bieber. It's Justin Bieber and Elwood Blues collaborating live. There you go.
Which one's Justin Bieber? Don't call me Justin Bieber.
No, it's the Fringe. He thinks I look like Justin Bieber.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Geriatric Justin Bieber. You almost bought you both a thing saw on TikTok. Smoking for cocktails. Oh, I have cocktail smokers, Rays. I have 2 cocktail smokers. They tend to look like UFOs.
Now, Mel,
you might have seen the electric one. This one, I've got my torch. Actually, there's a bit of wood in here. It'll probably do the smoke if I do this. I go.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's good stuff, man.
That's redwood chips in there. Australian.
Is the next stream on Wednesday, Angry Aussie, or are you doing something on New Year's Eve?
No, probably Tuesday. No, we're back to not streaming on Monday and Wednesday. Probably streaming on Tuesday.
But you're going to do a Wednesday night, 31st, or you're going out?
Oh, it's Wednesday. God, no, New Year's Eve. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because fuck the outside world. I don't want to go around people on New Year's Eve.
Well, I'm going to that concert that I was telling you about, the VHS Pirates.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a band that plays 80s music and has a big screen up behind them that shows, like the movie and stuff like that and stuff.
Yeah. It's like, Rays, really? Working security is going to make Wednesday a shit show for you? Who knew?
Oh, gee, what a surprise. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it must be really busy this time of year. I probably won't join my neighbours' friends are wanting to cook a turkey and get drunk. Well,
that
that's
sounds
a good
like a
reason
fine
not
thing
to
to
join.
do, honestly.
Yeah, the VHS Pirates is a great name for a band and a really fun theme. I really love the whole 80s music and yeah.
Alrighty, I'm going to go sleepy bobos because I have an interesting and challenging day at work tomorrow. I'll debrief you all on Tuesday what happened.
Thank you for having me on. I intended just to stick around while it was quiet, but
I really enjoyed the conversation. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
So we'll see you.
Sorry if I keep interrupting you again too. I really don't mean to do that. I don't do that in real life. It's mostly when I'm on the internet. I'm sorry.
No, we're all good. See you all another time. Bye.
Cheerio.
Bye. You are totally